Let us see. Okay, that seems like that's up and running. And let's move this over here. All right, that's up, that's up, that's working, that's working. Did I do everything? Okay. Today is, well, first, how was your weekend? Was it good? I had a very busy weekend. We had to go to IKEA on a Saturday, which is never, ever recommended. Um, but we had to because we were updating my son's room. So got rid of like all of the kid furniture and gave him some stuff he can grow into and a desk and all of that stuff. So it was a really busy weekend for us, both Saturday and Sunday and yesterday and more coming because we're sorting through toys, fun stuff like that. So that was my weekend in a nutshell. And on top of that, because I'm kind of like, I don't really get spring cleaning. I get like, I don't know, when it hits me, right? Like just when it hits me. So now everything must be organized. And I was trying to figure out, I have a stamp problem. And the problem is that I have too many of them. Um, and the storage shelving thing that I had them on didn't fit all of them. So I needed to figure something out, maybe get another shelving system, something. But I managed to kind of move shelves around. So now one that was holding paper and other, necessary things for card making is they've basically just switched. So now I have more room for my stamps and now I can put them all away. And I have a backlog of new stamps that need to be kind of like processed. And that is what we are doing today. So these are all stamps that are like kind of new to me. And I just put them into, if you've seen me stamp, you've seen the way I store them. So I put them in these like plastic containers, envelopes, really. They're actually just for stamp and die storage. And label them. I have them in a database, so when I want to search for snowmen or puppies or cats, then I can find them easily enough. So eventually all of those will look like this, right? And then I have to sort them in their boxes and put them all away because I haven't done that in probably 2 years. And with me switching everything around, now I have room to put stuff away, but not everything is ready. So that's today's project. And I have 3 sizes of envelopes that I use. This is for like a really large stamp set, which I don't think I have any today, but this is for a normal one, which we'll be using a lot of. And then these are smaller ones, which we'll also be using a decent amount of. Use all those, so we'll take out a bunch. So that's today because I need to get it done. And I want, since I'm in this organizing like mindset, I don't want to lose it. So let's move these aside, and then I have my trusty label maker. And then these are like, if I have dies and I want to magnets for that, some random plastic sleeves, my cheat sheets for what size the papers should be. These are just cardstock that I've cut so the envelope isn't floppy and so I can see the stamps at a glance. And I'm probably going to need to cut more. These are for larger ones. These are for smaller ones. I thought I had a Post-it with all of the sizes on them because I love Post-its. But I guess it's fallen off. So I might have to measure and cut more today, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I don't store them in the things that they come in. They get very bulky and I don't like that sound. I don't want to hear that sound, so I change it. And that's what we're doing today. Pretty boring, but if you put it on a background like that, then you can see exactly what you're doing. And then you slide it into a sleeve and print out a label for it, put it in the database, and it's all done. So that's today. Nothing exciting. Perfect for chatting, talking about whatever. That's what today is. So what is this called? This is Sally's Christmas Friends. So yeah, tell me about your weekend. So you don't have to just sit here and watch me enter stuff in obviously can't do two things at once now. Nope, that's not how you spell that. Sally's. I'm going to abbreviate Xmas. I wish this was more like a keyboard, so it would be easy, but it isn't. So how was your weekend? Good, bad? Did you do anything exciting? I know it's been really hot in some places in the US, and I think the stuff that was happening in the UK is done. Like it's back to normal temperature. All right. I'm not going to bore you by entering them in my database now, but eventually that will have to be done. So this is Gnome Deer. And Stampin' Beller, I do different. I keep this one, and I don't often do a lot of them, but I just trim this and use this as the backing instead. About that. That might be too big though. No, fits good. And usually when I do this, I try and do like all the same kind at once. And so I'm going to take a second and sort by brand. This is just a random MFT. I have a lot of Stampin' Bella. Random. I have a lot of Lawn Fawn too. Elephants. Because then I don't have to clear so much out of the label maker. Then it can just stay with the same maker. All right. So these are random, and I'm going to do these last. Mattia. Yep, those need to be done. Mama elephants, my favorite things. These are all my favorite stamp sets. All right, so now we're just going to do all the stamping Bella. So we can set this up and then just change the name of the stamp. Okay, SB space insert dash okay space gnome deer. Cute. And I'll just make a pile and put them all on after. This one is Adventure Sentiment. This is as painful to do as it is to watch. But it needs to be done. This is the non-glamorous side of things. This one is Flowerinos. I guess I kind of go a little overboard probably, but it's a system that really works for me, and when I need to find something, it's much easier for me. So that's why I keep doing it. Because it works. This one, yeah, should be able to fit, no problem. Design a globe. Did you guys hear? Olivia Newton-John passed away. I kind of feel like there's just been so much loss lately. I had a friend my age that passed away last week, and I can't make it back for the funeral. So I'm kind of really bummed by that. But you know, the husband is traveling for work, and the kid goes back to school, and it's next weekend, so I did try, but I couldn't get it to work. But yeah, and then yesterday I read that Olivia Newton-John died, and I'm probably aging myself with that, but so be it. I've never been embarrassed by my age, so. Battery low. What do you think the chances are we're going to make it through this? I think it's very slim. I probably will have to go get more batteries. Bundle Girl. I wonder if I abbreviate that. I probably do. Bundle Girl. With, nope. With Xmas tree. And bird. I feel like a 90-year-old, like trying to type on a typewriter or computer. Battery low. Yeah, we're gonna have to take a quick break. Let me see. 4AA. Let me go grab them. I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute just in case my dog explodes or something. I'll be right back. Sitting here talking to myself. Talking to no one at all. I guess I forgot I was muted. And I think I just got a piece of hair in there. That's okay. That won't do anything, right? That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. All right. Fresh batteries. Let's see. I hope I have enough label. I don't think I have any extra. So I hope I have enough label tape to do this. This is Bundle Girl with a winter branch. Bet you didn't know that this was so interesting. It's actually like quite a cathartic thing for me. I find a lot of joy in very, very simple stuff. So this is just as comforting to me as coloring. I know it's weird. I never said I was normal. Stars and clouds backdrop. Let's see. KDROP. This is really cute. I've used this on a couple of cards, but this one is quite large too. I might struggle to fit in the envelope. You stay there. Could even you out a little bit more. Oh, it is going to stick out, but I don't want to move it into a bigger envelope because then I'll never find it. Bundle Girls in the Sky. I used this one on that one. It's really nice. I don't know what I did that for. I don't remember. Oh, I think the Copic Norway group. I came on as a guest colorer, I guess, at some point. I think that's what I used them for. But now I need to use them for a real card. And I have like a card stand too, like that I take to markets and stuff sometimes. And I have been kind of smart in all of the cards that are finished, but I haven't like priced or, you know, kind of organized them for sale. I've started putting them in there so I know what I need to do. I broke just about every single nail over the weekend. They're super short and I can't do anything anymore. But they'll grow. Done. This one is not going to close, but that's fine. I do have a couple others that are too big and they still fit in the box. Yeah, what is this here? So this is why this is a perfect chat stream. Because we just could talk about anything. Without me being distracted. Although I need to just organize these a little bit better. So they hopefully fit on one acetate sheet. Yeah. It's a little bit better. I don't know. I know a lot of other stamp makers have like their own, not stamp makers, card makers that use stamps. They have their own like organization system. And I'm always curious to watch and see what that is in case it makes, you know, more sense to me than what I'm doing. I don't think so, because I've been doing it this way for a number of years, and it's very easy for me to find stuff when I need it. Especially the database part. You know, sometimes I'll have an idea and I'll need to know like all the different kinds of mushroom stamps that I have. If I don't want to draw, not that I can draw, I can't really draw, but so if I need to know what mushroom stamps I have, I can just do a search for it. If I want to know which stamps are good for Christmas, you know, I have tags so that I can search by tags as well. And sometimes that's a bit of a pain, but in the long run, it's absolutely worth it. So these are done. I have 2 boxes with like just random stamps in it that I need to go through and check and see if I've put them in the database or, and then I have a box that is stuff that I have already processed like this that I have not, I know for sure I haven't put in the database. So that's where all of these are going. But everything looks so much nicer now. I'm really happy about that. So now switch this over to Lawn Fawn. And this is just a cute little sloth. I like you more than naps with coordinating die. So if you don't know what all of this stuff is, this is the stamp that you stamp on the paper in color. And then when you're done with that, you can cut it out in the exact shape. And that's what that does. I like naps, is what this one is called. And really, can anyone argue with that? I like naps a lot too. I don't usually keep these. These I'll put. These I'll put just one of these little backers in so that I can see the stamp. And then I'll put the die behind it. I guess if you're, I don't like that these are so much smaller. That is a better size. I'll keep it, but I'm happy I only have 2. This is a full size, and do I have dies for that? I do not. Okay. How you, it's Chris's cookie add-on. I think I have this already. Oops. Let me just do a quick search. No, do I not? Let me go into that notebook. And then oh, let's see. Oh, okay, no. I have one that says happy that is very much like this. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. I hate when I buy something that I already have. This one is called Thanks, Thanks, Thanks. That's not how you spell that. Some small ones. Oh, say what? Masked critters. I think I have another say what stamp set, and this might be like an add-on to that. Let's say what? I do. Okay. These are I have another one that says say what Christmas critters, and I use that one a lot on tags for like Christmas gift tags. And these are like some cute masked ones. And it doesn't really fit here because we don't have a mask requirement anymore, but I think they're still kind of cute. And oh, yelling at myself here. Let me finish one thought. I think they're cute, and it's almost like a remnant of the past couple of years. So I probably won't make a lot of them, but I will make some. And then if they're popular, I'll make more. These I actually I found a tag on my desk underneath something when I was cleaning. They kind of look like this. So just a cute little Christmas gift tag. And then I use a lot of different small critters, and I let people choose. And they can buy like, well, it's 6 for 50 crowns. Which, if you do the conversion for money, it may or may not be expensive, but here it's not really that expensive at all. Okay, Shutter Card Holiday Sayings. I don't know what this Shutter Card is, but it's probably another stamp set in this as like an add-on to go with it, but I liked the sayings and I liked the size of them. I guess if you like organization stuff, then this is perfect, right? Some people get a lot of satisfaction from just watching this stuff, I guess. Not as much as I do from getting things organized so that I can find them. That's my favorite part. This is a little die set, and it makes a little skunk. I don't keep my dies in with my stamps because that would be too confusing for me. But I do put them in here, and then they have their own boxes that they go in. So I'll just put that aside. This one is another add-on. So how did it's the same as this one. Christmas cookie add-on. So I didn't put the How You Bean. This is just mint add-on. And this also, I don't actually buy a lot of stamps that much anymore. This is from like the last 2 years. It's been a really long time since I've done this, and they've just been kind of sitting in a box. But now that I'm getting everything organized, I want to get it all nice. And so it looks like a lot, and I guess it is a lot, but I didn't all buy it just at one time. It's been accumulating for years. Giant holiday messages. But I'm really looking forward to the day that I can come in here in a clean office, find what I need when I need it. I find that my creativity is a lot higher when everything isn't like a complete pigsty. When things are in their place and organized like this. I actually wouldn't mind doing like this kind of stuff and organizing other people's craft rooms like for a job. That would be awesome. I would really like that. It gives that little piece of like perfectionist in me some joy. Something just fell behind me. Stamps. Shocking. I have a lot to sort through. And that is not for stream, because there is a lot of swearing involved in that. So You'll be saved that one anyway. I really wish I had nails. I broke so many. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. It is driving me a little crazy though that this piece is so much smaller. But once it's filed away in its box, I won't know and I won't care. Okay. Moving on to my favorite things. And small. Actually, this one will go in a big envelope because it's a lot taller. And then these are Mom Elephant. Okay. MFT. Oops. Definition of friendship. That one is really cute too. I wonder if I should start doing the same thing with these. Just cutting off a bottom and using this as the backer. That could be a thing too. Waste less paper that way. About there. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. I think I will do that. Kind of like the Stampin' Bella ones. Oh, what is this? Miss you a latte. I'd probably save so much time if I just got the label maker that had the like keyboard kind of setup, but I don't use it enough to justify. All right. I wonder if I even had to actually cut these. Maybe not. Probably not. I did not. It's okay. And this one is Wild Poppies. This one is Magnolia Blossoms. We might actually be able to do something today. Did I take out? I didn't. Need a larger envelope for this. Drives me nuts that there's so much extra, but can't have everything perfect, and it's just way better with that that crinkly plastic. Oh, getting ahead of myself here. If I do like one maker at a time, that just keeps everything clear for me. I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to put these away properly and not have boxes of stamps sitting all over. I have like a bench behind me, and it's not usable. So as soon as all of these things get to be organized and put away in their proper place, oh, I'm going to have such a good feeling. Okay, Mama Elephant. By far one of my favorite stamp makers. This one is Snow Much Fun. I haven't used that. Maybe I'll use that this year. For this year's cards. I just think that they're so adorable. And I think I'm going to try and do the same thing. Just keep that. Doesn't fit as nice as the panels that I've cut, but oh, this one needs to be trimmed just a little. But then I don't have to cut more panels or know what the size is. So, yeah. This is a cute little box die with a frame and a little kitty that you can make into a queen, and yeah, little envelope. It's really adorable. But it doesn't get a label because it's a die, so it will just go in the die box. And that has like no organization other than this. Just have to dig through it, but there's not so many. I don't use dies as much, especially like ones, they have them that can fit around perfectly. But I have a scan and cut, so if I do need that, I can just pop it in there. Let go. And that's actually saved a lot of money. Not having to buy the dies for all of these things. Little elf. I have so many of these little ones. And they're adorable and they all work together really well. And they also fit on the Christmas tags. So that's a huge bonus. And then this one is a fox. But I've seen this, and you can make a number of other animals. It doesn't even look like it, does it? You can make another number of animals with it as well, like a cat and dog, etc. So and when I'm really feeling in the mood to organize, like really anal about it, I trim these all out. So I cut these things and bend them off and put them on magnetic paper. Sorry, just answering a question. All right. No, that was it for Mama Elephant. We're almost done, so I think we're actually going to be able to get fun stuff done. And then I'll have to spend some more time adding them into the database and getting all the tags for it in as well. And I usually take pictures and attach the pictures into the database so I can just see, but the program I'm using is kind of being a, let's say, a pain in the butt. And so when I take a picture with my phone, it's using up like my monthly allotted data after like 2 pictures. So I am on the search for something else to organize. And then can just maybe export or one of the things that I dislike about some stamp companies is that they never have a name for their stamps. They have like, this one has a number. It's Godian. And it doesn't fit well with me because this means nothing to me. I know it means something to them, but not to me. And I want it to mean something for me. This is a locally produced thing, so I get it. But I don't like it. I don't want to have to search through the design. I want to know by the name of it whether or not it's the one that I'm looking for. And this one has nothing. This one doesn't even have... Okay. I'm just going to make my own name for it. This stresses me out. Such a small, stupid thing. And in the long run, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't fit in my system. And I like it better when things fit like everyone else does it. So, all right, what is this? This is Easter, or in Norwegian, påske, which I cannot make here. So, 2 A's. Stamps are great though. It's just the naming convention that I dislike. Okay, this is this one is just different, so I'm going to just put sentiments because that's what they are. And that doesn't like tell me anything, you know? So when I go and try and find what I'm looking for, I'm not going to say, oh, this has the one that says sorry on it or whatever. I'll have to dig and look at each one. Just really isn't conducive to my organizing. So yes, the stamp maker who makes stamps that hundreds of people, thousands of people buy should absolutely change what they're doing because it doesn't work for me. I'm joking. I don't really think that. But I would not complain if it happened. We are almost done. We are going to be able to do something today. What should we do? Forgot to tell you I'm here, but lurking and hosting. Well, thank you for lurking and hosting. I do appreciate that. Today is, if you're into organizing and you have OCD or something, today is a good day for that. Although I'm almost done, so not sure how good it is. Okay, polka doodles. How adorable is that? I think I colored this one. Does this fit? Do I need to trim the paper? I have to trim the paper. Decent amount, actually. There we go. Today is organizing day. And because it just had to be done. Just had to do it. Okay. Polka doodles. I don't think I have very many by this maker. Polka doodles. Oops, not you. And this is Winnie Gifts Galore. I hate this keyboard. And oh, right, because the name is so long. I should have maybe abbreviated it, but I also have another PD as Bipia design, so it's fine. It's all fine. Butterfly Winnie. I guess Winnie is just like a popular stamp for them. Popular character, I guess. Don't know a lot about them, but they are cute color. No line coloring is difficult because there's so many tiny little pieces. But just coloring them is kind of, they can make really cute cards. This one is Winnie's Rose Garden, another really long one. That's it for Pokedoodles. So move this along. I do think I like keeping the insert that comes with them. I used to just do it with Stamping Bella, but I think on the ones that have like pictures, it's worth doing. Things like Lawn Fawn where it's just plain and just the logo, I don't really care for that. But you can get inspiration by seeing how they colored it as well. It's all about the inspiration, you know. And I hope that I will be nice and inspired when everything is cleaned away. Okay. Just a few more left. I'm really happy. All right. These are small. They don't have like a background worth saving, so I'll take 2 of these. And okay. This isn't also like a very popular one. Not that it's not popular, it's just not popular for me. I do have a few others though, I think. This is Gratulerer med alt. Norwegian. That's not how you spell that. R-E-R med alt. Oh. This one has like a backing, which is nice. Keeps the stamp clean. Only 4 more left. 2 more. 3 more. What should we do after this? I'm not going to make you sit here and watch while I enter this stuff in my database, because that, first, I can't show you, and second, that's ridiculously boring. So we can do something fun. And Leiden Hilson. But what is that? What do we want to do? Let's pick a medium. Because this went a lot faster than I thought. So we will have time to play. I have to make sure I remind me to update my stream title though. But should we do some marker stuff? Watercolor? What should we do? Any theme? Could do some Christmas watercolor stuff. I have some from last year that I never made into cards, but so I can use those this year. But I'd also like to do a little more. Maybe we could do that. I know it's so early for Christmas, but you have to remember that I need to be ready before you guys even start thinking about it. And usually I start in September. It's just a little bit before. But I will have some streams where I am just coloring the same card 20 times. So you know, it's going to be kind of boring. And I can hear my friend yelling at me, don't say it's boring. But it is. That's like good ones for chatting. It's the same as like if you were watching a streamer stream Minecraft and they were just like gathering resources. Like, it's not exciting to watch them get cobblestone, but you know, you sit there and watch it anyway. So at least I do. I usually do something at the same time. So it'll be like that. All right. I'm done with my little ones. You don't need to keep that. Put this in there. I'm actually really excited that it took a lot less time than I was thinking. I thought the whole stream would just be stamp organizing. I did have a very big pile, but we did well. We did really good. Oh, you're fat. Okay. So I need a wide one for you. And I think I'm going to trim this envelope down so it fits a little bit better. Do I have any large? Nope. All right. I'm going to use this insert in here. What is this? Picket fence. Getting ahead of myself. PF. And this is Wild Peonies, which is really fun to color. P-O-N-I-E-S. Done. And if you're arriving late, we are doing stamp organizing. We are actually finished with stamp organizing. So what I'm going to do is make this fit a little bit better. So I'm going to trim off about 2.5 inches or so. You could fit nicely, that would be nice. I did that the wrong way. No, I didn't. I did that the right way the first time. 2.5 inches. So then I just tape the bottom. So it's closed up. And no one will ever know. They'll never know. Except it's sticky right there. But that's why we have lots of scissors. Go. So that's how you make everything nice. All right, we are done. Just need to do a little bit of cleaning and put this stuff away. And then, do we have any suggestions? What do we want to do now? Get like an hour plus left. Yeah, pick a medium and maybe a theme, and let's see what we can do. Maybe I'll do some more doodling. We could doodle. That could work. I hate that plastic sound. That crinkly plastic sound. I know some people like it. I am not one of them. Let go. Let go. One second. All right, I have a ridiculous amount of stuff to put in my database and update, but yeah, look at this fairly clean desk. Get my little vacuum. This thing is amazing when you have stuff like glitter. Lifesaver. Game changer. All right. I need to adjust my camera angle a little bit. There we go. So what do we want to do? What should we do? What should we do? Any suggestions? No suggestions. All right, I think I'm going to just doodle. I think I will do some watercolor doodles. Yeah. I think I'll do some large watercolor doodles. Let me think. Will this fit on this? No. How about this one? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep it on there. I don't like doing that because when you fold this over, it overlaps. And you can get it bent there, but then it's also like, yeah. I've got a solution. There we go. Mischief managed. All right. And because we're not taping it down, we're just going to use this to create the border. I will have to go and get some water because I actually wasn't planning on doing anything today because I thought it was total stamp organization. Yeah. I'm a little happy about that now. But let's, what color? I've been, in the past when I've doodled, I've kind of stuck with like a color theme. So like I have a blue and a red and a green. An orange I have. I've got a purple. What color should we focus on today? Could do another blue. That one was fun. I don't know. Oh, I need to update the stream title. So let me do that. Okay. That's not how you spell that. Okay, update that. And that's done. Okay. So now Get my trusty palette. I need water. Moving things around. I need clean water. So I need to get those. I also need to pick brushes. And I'm going to put this out here so you can see it, all these pretty colors. And you can give me a color suggestion. Tell me what we need, what we want to do today. What should we focus on? While I get water, you've got 30 seconds. Go. All right, what did you come up with? What should we work on? I mean, what color should we use today? I'm still not quite used to the desk setup. Moving everything over to the right side. It's kind of discombobulating, but I think eventually I'll get used to it. All right. Kind of looking forward to winter because I need to make myself some cloth so I don't go through so much paper towels. And I don't usually like to crochet or knit in the... Ow! And that was another nail that just broke. Don't usually knit or crochet in the summertime. It's too busy and it's more like a wintertime thing for me. So you go there. I need to file this nail down. I honestly don't think I have, no, I have no more nails. That was the last nail to break. I've literally in the last, what day is today? Tuesday? I think today's Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yep, today's Tuesday. In the last 4 days, I have broken every single nail. That's like a record. Okay. Get my nail stuff off of here. All right, we're gonna go with some, I think we'll go with some big brushes for background stuff. I actually have these Elf Birker brushes. I haven't used them too much. Should give them a try. Sure, why not? Throw that in too. And then I want a bit of a smaller one, maybe a 4. And how about a 2? Just in case for like some detailed stuff. And maybe a 6. All right. So I've moved my brush holder, so now it's just straight ahead of me and out of the way of everything, which is awesome. All right. Did we pick a color? Let's see. Let me look through. Oh, I need to move you. My next project is finding a way to organize all of my watercolor originals. So we've got a blue, we've got an orange, we've got a green. I would really like to do green again. Purple, purple, orange, pink, red. So we could do like a green and brown one. And yeah, I think actually that's what I want to do. And I need to move you out of my face. There, sorry about that. So I think green and brown. I think we'll go like really earthy and get a lot of water. And then we'll just make the background and I'll dry as I need to so that there's not a lot of waiting around. I'm just trying to make sure that it has like a fairly even temperature. Temperature, yeah. Level of water. And there's some more on the right than there is on the left. But I haven't actually prepped my palette at all. So let me do that and then I'll just add some more water. So we're going to do green. So I'm going to put some water in each of the green wells. Turquoise can work too, and phthalo turquoise, and then I'm going to do the browns. I'm also going to do the perylene violet because I think that would go well. And I'm going to do gold and white, and I think I'm going to also prep Quin Deep Gold just for a difference. And I think I'm going to clean this up because so much paper towel. Because I would like to have a clean palette for mixing. And I don't normally like doing this because this is kind of a waste of paint and not my favorite thing to do. Be wasteful. But I figure I only do it occasionally and it's not that bad. All right. These are tints I used last time. All of this can go. And I'll just clean this green, even though I will be using greens today. So we have a nice, fairly fresh new palette to play with. Can you tell I usually put green there? All right. Nice new palettes. This is not as wet as it was. So just go over this one more time. I know what you're saying. That's what she said. I know. Said it for you. All right. There are going to be like some kind of, the paper has started warping because it's been wet for a long time. And then now I'm just going to add more paint and water on it so it'll warp even more. But that's okay because it'll dry it. And I'm going to use another brush to pull from the palette. Yeah, this one. I think I want to go with some deeper greens in some places. Then I'll bring in some lighter greens also, kind of like a focus area. Have a good blend between them with this medium green. I don't really have a plan. I'm just moving paint. And this is kind of more of an orangey brown, but when it mixes with the green, it'll turn into a brown. And then we'll throw some more browns in here. And then to kind of move it up, I'm going to take the brown, a lot of it, and spatter. I think I might do that with some of the darker green as well. And then I'm also going to do that with some white and let some of these drop it in so it can spread. Oh, I've contaminated it. And I think I will just take some water and move some stuff around a little bit. Not everything, just some pieces to kind of spread them out. That looks pretty messy, huh? I think I'm going to do the same with some of these brown spots. Just make them less clear. If you're going to ask me what I'm doing, I do not know. I'm just taking it one brush stroke at a time. And I want some that are clear and kind of defined and some that are not. Because this is going to be the background, then there'll be a lot of stuff over it. So or maybe not a lot of stuff, I don't know. All right. I didn't actually mean to paint with this one, but I did anyway. Let me give it a dry. If I can get my dryer. Okay. 1 second. All right. So now, just gonna start painting. And I'm gonna start with light value stuff, and then just take it from there. And I think I'll start with some. Well, that's a lot of paint. I really want to water that down. Okay. I've not used this brush before, and it takes a lot. It keeps a ton of water. So for us to water that down, that's really good. I shouldn't use it to grab paint. I'm just going to reach across so I know what color, and I want lighter than that. Yes. I want green tea. This brush holds so much water. Oh my god. So yeah, much lighter. And then this will just be background. And so because it's background and very light value, this stuff is going to be, I think, quite big. And I think just going to start here. I didn't want that big, but that will work. So I'm just filling it up with just big, colorful leaves. And like that. And then I'm going to dry it and see what else we do. All right, and now I think I need to dry a little more. Yes, I almost burnt myself there because it's really hot. I think I want like a forest kind of feel. So I think I'm going to take some burnt umber, fairly light value. Maybe lighter than that. Okay. And just going to draw some lines. Different thicknesses, sizes, etc. And this is again background, so I don't really want them too visible, or it's like a memory of a forest in here. And in some places I'll add some darker. There's not many places that are like really wet to add darker, have them spread, but where there is I will add it, and then just add some thinner lines in. So it's if you're like looking through a bunch of trees, right? But nothing distinct. But that did give me an idea. I took some of this Perylene Violet and watered that down, and then added some more brown into it. This brush holds so much water. Oh my goodness. So much water. How dark is this? It's about the same, maybe a little bit darker. Then I could come over on this side and just draw a nice big branch. And this is in the violet, but when you put violet over green, you get brown. Just make lots of nice little branches coming off. A lot of water. I'm just trying to keep it mostly damp. So I don't have like really strong like drying lines. way a little bit, and then just make lots of little tweaks. Now, see, this is drying here, so I'm going to re-wet this by just going over exactly where it was. And then I add lots of new ones. There won't be like such a harsh difference between them. There's no method to the madness because nature loves chaos. And there actually might be like a way that trees grow consistently, but if there is, I don't know the secret. So twigs everywhere. It's like a section here. Just kind of filling up the space. And again, this is going to just kind of be background. So it doesn't really have to follow a certain pattern or idea. Just to give some tree branches. There's a lot of water here, so I'm just gonna kind of pick it up with my fairly dry brush because I do want them to dry more consistently than not. But I think I'll give that a quick blast. Now I don't know what I want to do. I think I'll come back over on this side, and I think I'm going to add some lightly smaller but darker leaves. And I'm going to come in with not a super dark value, but fairly. Like a medium. Medium dark value, and I'm not going to make anything like attached or whatever. I'm just going to make different leaf shapes, just kind of coming up and over the trees, but not to cover the entire tree. But it is background also, so I think I'm going to start doing like mid to mid ground. So all of this is background. I'll start putting in some detail and some deeper color, but not enough to cover everything that we've done. But I was thinking of doing a couple of maple leaves, but I don't actually know how to paint those, so I need a picture. So I can at least kind of sketch it. All right, there's a good picture. And they're going to be smaller, but smaller than the background, but not so tiny you can't see what they are. And I'm going to just slap some paint down first. Let me make sure I have a lot of paint. My brush is full. So kind of has like, it's like a 5-pointed leaf, right? And I know what that looks like, but give me some time. So it comes up here, maybe some more here, and then I've never done this before, so let's hope it will look something that at least remind you. To me, it looks like more like a fir leaf, but it's kind of maple leaf-ish, right? I think I'm going to kind of close this gap here a bit. I do not want this confused with something that's generally illegal. Maybe too many spikes, but I think it's around what that looks like. I really need to get used to how much water is in this brush versus other brushes. So it's a good thing I'm using it today. That kind of look maple leafish. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact anyway, so. I think the shape is there anyway. I need to not put my hand in paint, so it's like if a maple tree and a fir tree hooked up. A little bit of something. And I'm still kind of staying with just one color per thing. I'm not adding a lot of multiple colors into these because I'll do that with like the final layer, like the top layer. All right. But just to break it up a little bit, you can still see the trees in the background and the leaves that are in the like real background, and then even the color. And I think that's kind of what I'll do. Now I think because I made these like so spiky, I'm thinking of like a fir tree. Or let me Google this really quickly. Is it fir tree that I'm thinking of? Yes. Like the Christmas kind of, you know, leaf type thing. So, but I think I'm going to go a little crazy with this. And I'm going to take some phthalo turquoise. And I'm going to mute it down a little bit with this green, a little bit more of that green. So it is turquoise, but turquoise plus. I think they're going to come out from this corner. I think I might need to go a little smaller on brush, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm going to do this one first. No, I do think I need to go smaller on brush because I do want, what do I want? I want them to be pointy. So I want points coming out. Lots of little points. And I am adding paint from my palette, but I'm also pulling from that line as well. And we'll do multiple layers. And then I need to figure out my angle because it's best if I go out. Sorry, don't mean to make you dizzy. And not put my hand in paint. And I think this one will need a second layer, and I'm going to just take this undersea green, which is like a nice dark kelp green, and go over that as well, just to deepen it up. And then you have a couple of layers of needles, right? I'm doing far less of these kind of dark ones. Like that. I'll do a couple of those. I really want to make sure that there's like a good amount in the background that can be seen. And it's much easier in the lighter sections than like the darker sections. So I'll have to really use darker colors when I get like over this tree branch, or do more of the darker. So following along. I'm making sure to put just more paint down in this general area. And maybe just a little baby one up here. Just coming like this. Ooh. I have to. That's wet, and I'm just gonna put my hand in it eventually. So, like that. But I want to kind of blend a little bit as well. And then darker layer. I might have to go over this one a little bit more. And those are wet, so round and round we go. I think that's good. I also think I need some water for me, not the paint. I think I drank so quickly. And there's lime in it, so it's it caught my throat. Sorry. So I think I'm going to. Nope. I think I want some viney leaves kind of trailing around. Maybe coming kind of down like this. It's really sitting there. But I want a different leaf shape, right? So I just Googled leaf types. And really what I want is like an ivy. So I'm going to Google that. So I have a better idea. Ooh, lots of, this one is great. Okay. All right. This is what I had in my head. I don't know what it's called though. but it's like a 3-pronged leaf shape. Is it English ivy? Oh, here's this doesn't really help at all. Okay. I don't really know. What's this one? I wish I, like, okay, you're just going to have to see because I can't find the leaf type. Well, I can, but only their, like, botanical name, which means absolutely nothing to me. But it's going to be nice and small, but also going to be foreground. So, but it's a nice kind of bright color. I think I'm going to mix for this. And I think I'm going to take my, like, what is that, spring green? Oh, green gold. Because it's like that, but it's a little greener. So I think I'm gonna mix in some I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Booker's green because we haven't used that. And that's a little bit greener than I was thinking. But I think it'll kind of pop out nice here. But how dark is it? Because I don't. Oh, I think that'll be good. Because we are kind of getting more into like foreground now. So, but I do think I want a little bit more water. And I also think I'm going to add a second color into it as it's wet. Like a darker color. So I might just mix these together. Because that actually wouldn't be too bad a color. There's like a shadow for it. Right? So if we had that and then, yeah. That's good. Good enough. Okay. A lot of paints. And then I think these are starting to dry, so I can kind of put my hand on them and not move paint around, but I think we're going to come down here. I want this really, I want that to stay wet the whole time I'm painting. So, kind of like that. And then the leaf shape will just be a very simple 3-pronged leaf. And they look like they're kind of like like one on either side, kind of definitely across from each other. Should really pick a side and do it. So those have gotten a little out of control. And I need to also kind of pay attention to how wet everything is, because I do want to drop in, and like these are starting to dry. So I'm going to pick up some of this and just drop it in so it can move from the bottom of each leaf. And along the stem, just to give some variation. And this is starting to dry. I did probably make this too long, but as long as I stay on top of it, it should be okay. So, yep. I'm kind of overthinking these things because I'm trying to make them perfect, and now's not the time. So I just need to come along and finish. And I need to keep an eye on these as well. So you can add some tone in them. And then finish up. real quick like. And now I'm thinking like there would be like other leaves. It's not just two leaves sitting everywhere. But I think if I kind of tried to add some into the background, then this would turn into like just a jumbled mess of leaves, right? And I do not want that. So I think I'm going to just keep this as simple as it is. And since it's like darker down in this corner here, I'm trying to just add some more dark color, not to completely take over, but so that they are more visible against the darker background. So like so. I think I want like a tree branch, kind of like this, kind of falling down, but with leaves on it. Let's see. I'm going to mix this purple into this brown. Won't really make that much of a difference because there wasn't really that much on the palette, but it'll tone it a little bit, make it a little bit deeper. So if I had a tree branch that I don't want to go too crazy either. I came down here. that. And then I came in with some greens. I think I'll put out some Hooker's green. Doesn't matter if it mixes in with what's underneath. And this is going to be very like just drops. So leaves that aren't really leaves, just shapes of leaves. Leaves. The idea versus then like that's a leaf. These are, it's a bunch of leaves that don't have a distinct shape. And there are always like leaves in the background from other branches that you can't see that give it like a nice full feel. And while this is still wet, I'll add some shadow colors into some of them. Just leaf bunches. And I actually want to go fairly darkish. Just so they're not all really light. Some are in the background compared to others. And it doesn't really matter too much if like if it's wet for this. It would blend better if it's wet, but let's add some little spots in here too. They're darker. But that also seems like a little too uniform for me. So I think I'm going to come in a little bit more and kind of fill in some of these areas. More chaos, because nature loves chaos. So leaving still some white space, but kind of giving it a little bit of a messier feel. And then take a little bit more of this and drop it in randomly. So a little bit more messy. And this ivy is kind of I think I'm going to highlight some of these leaves with like some white. And I think I'll add some white, but I think I also want to add some dark here. And then I also want to add a little bit more, but not like it's pretty busy, and there's like 4 or 5 layers of things, and this is pretty much the final layer. But like this area is, I think it needs a little something. I think it needs a new color as well. I think I'm just going to make some very simple small leaf shapes just to kind of fill it in, but in a somewhat non-specific way. Just some little darker leaves down here, and I can give some highlights in white with those. Just little random things. And I think I kind of figured out what I was going to do with these leaves. I have this kind of brown purple mix, and I think I want to come through on these leaves, on these ivy leaves, and just add a little definition. Now that doesn't really actually have that on, well, actually some of them do, but I just think it's a way to tie in the brown a little bit and add a little bit more interest to the leaves themselves. They're going to kind of fade in. They're not going to be as noticeable as when they're wet. But yeah, it'll just break it up a bit. Your eye may not actually really even see it. I mean, you'll see it now because it's wet, and I just put my hands in that. That's okay. But it just breaks it up so it's not as flat. Gives a little bit of life, I think. I think I'll also come along towards the bottom and just add a thin line over here. Try not to put my hand in that wet paint again. I'm going thicker as I'm getting like to the base, because that's what would actually happen in a real plant. Just adding some kind of like branches that you could see sticking out to the tree. I actually think I'm going to go darker over here. But I think I'm going to take some I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. The Daniel Smith one, that's like not as blue. Not as blue. Yep. I'm going to add that into some green. Deepen that up. And just a touch more. And because this is going to be so dark, I can get some really pretty thin lines with that one, but I'm going to go even smaller in my brush size. And just going to add some, I'm not sure if this is as concentrated as I think it is. I might need a little bit more. I don't remember what green that was. What green was that? Hooker's green? Sure. And Payne's Gray. I'm just adding more pigment so it gets thicker and it's more paint than water. So they really kind of show up. I think it'll have better impact on this one over here because I didn't go as dark. So this should be a nicer contrast. And this one is fairly dark up here as well, but I'm not adding so many that it'll overtake what's already there. Like you'll miss the painting underneath. Just enough to add something. Yeah. The impact was much better on this one than the others, but still good. Still putting my hand in wet paint. And now I'm going to take this green here. Now I'm going to use white over there. I'm going to use white on those leaves as well. Just doodling. Maybe actually we can move this one a little bit over here. All right. Now, I think I'm going to get into like some kind of highlight stuff because I need to go soon. So, I'm going to put some white here. Should have used a bigger brush, but. And then what I'm going to do is grab some gold. And I will use a bigger brush for that. It doesn't take me all year. This is a fairly concentrated gold too. And I was thinking that I would highlight these leaves in the gold. Just give a bit of oops. Just a little bit of a difference. So it's like a highlight, brings attention to it and changes up the green so it's not just a green blob. But it's also not as bright and jarring as a white, which will be in other places. So I don't even know if this is what the veins on this kind of leaf looks like, but doesn't really matter. Don't do an area that you'll put your hand in. Bottom one really isn't that well defined, so I'm okay with it being a little messier. And I was thinking over here. So usually these trees have, like, at least in kind of Christmas photos, some berries. I was going to break up the green area here with just small amounts of circles. They could be berries, they could be fireflies, they could be whatever. Just to break it up. Yeah. And because this is so dark, I think I'll add some gold here as well. Next, I'm going to come in with some light and just add some highlights. And then I really, really have to go because I have to pick up my son. And whatever these are, maybe they're flowers. These are too neat for me, so adding a little bit of chaos. Break things up a bit. Like that, and I'm going to add some I have no like rhyme or reason for what I'm doing, just doing. I think I definitely just want some white in here. But nothing that is like recognizable. Could be flowers. And I think also for this ivy it needs a lot. And I also think we could just do with some random white circles here and there. I don't know what I want here, but I think I'm just going to go with a center stripe kind of thing. And then I want to kind of break up some of these areas. And this will dry a little bit darker. I mean, more transparent like this. So trying not to put my hand in wet paint. Just to move things around, I think on these golds, I'm just going to put a little bit of a white. Not for any reason. And then here, I think I'm just going to like some swirly kind of things. Just to break it up a bit. And I think I'm going to call that done. Maybe I'll just add another. Just quick. Could actually probably go through with some gold too. Do the same thing, just add random little I usually do things in odd numbers if I can help it. Even numbers kind of like look weird to me. And just random, nothing. Just to break stuff up. But maybe. Yeah. And I think that's done. So I'm going to very quickly take off the tape because that's the best part. And then I have to go get my kit. I'm going to have to stop at the store. I'm hoping I can remember the items that my husband told me that we needed to get for me to even stop at the store. Because right now I'm drawing a blank and I didn't write it down. And there we go. Oh. So that wasn't too bad coming out of an organizing day, right? That actually worked out pretty well. And that's what we got accomplished for the day. We got all my stamps done. We got another green doodle, and it's very different from the other one, I think. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's here. Maybe a little bit more earthy instead of more like fantasy-like. Definitely busier, but I kind of think that kind of fits with the earthiness part of it. I don't know. I do like it. Pretty happy. But now I really have to go because my alarm's going to go off in 7 minutes and I cannot be streaming when the phone vibrates because you're going to throw up. So I am going to call that a day. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And I will probably see you on Friday. And I don't have anything planned, but if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. And that will be it for me today. So have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.